Alrighty guys, just Sunstrider here, and welcome to another Sunstrider's Thoughts on video. And earlier today, or I guess yesterday by the time you guys see this, Xcom, or the developers of Xcom, Firaxis, came out of the nowhere and slapped us in the face with a new Xcom game. Now, it's not Xcom 3, it's called Xcom Chimera Squad, and it kinda... And I guess it's... a lot of people have universally agreed that it's going to be kind of a buffer game between XCOM 2 and a future XCOM 3, right? And that's the general consensus here, right? That we hope, at least. Alright, so it's not necessarily XCOM 3, and it's a lot cheaper, too. It's only like... it's on sale for like 10 bucks. Canadian, at least, right? Normally it's about 20. But it's on sale for like 10, right? So, yeah, it's not priced as a full game, so not expecting a full game here. Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at both the game trailer and then the gameplay overview trailer. We're going to watch those live on video. Alright, totally not stealing the idea from Christopher Odd or anything, who also did a kind of a reaction video. But, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to watch the gameplay trailer and then the gameplay overview. I haven't watched the gameplay overview, but I have watched the gameplay trailer. Or not the gameplay trailer, the game trailer. I have watched the game trailer on Twitter earlier today before going to work. I have not watched the gameplay overview yet. So, that's what we're going to do, and then after each, I'll kind of share my first impressions that I had with the gameplay trailer and then the gameplay overview. And, yeah, we'll just see how it goes, I guess. I have them open on my second screen. I just have XCOM 2 War of the Chosen open right now as kind of like, you know, something to have as the background before we start, right? Because I don't know how else to start this video. Whether, if not doing that with this, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Oh god, excuse me, I just got home from work. I'm really fucking tired right now. Apologies. So yeah, we will see how it goes. Just gonna bring that over because I just had it open on my second screen, and this is the XCOM Chimera Squad game reveal trailer. So let's take a couple of minutes. I'm going to sit back. I'm not going to actively respond to this because I've watched this before. So I'm going to let it play out. I'm going to pause it, go back to the War of the Chosen title screen, and then we'll talk about my first impressions. And maybe a theory that I have, because I've already thought of my own theory after first watching this. So without further delay, let's get into it.
Verge. Confirm position.
Confirmed.
On my order. Breach! Breach! Breach!
Hostiles never saw my approach, and judging by her facial expression, neither did Terminal.
Hey, you startled me. Your ugly mug has that effect on people.
Ah, that hurts, Terminal. Now you owe me an apology and a thank you.
Thank you for what?
Hey, that was a nasty float, Verge.
See, Blue Blood appreciates me.
Okay. I'll make sure you survive the next one. Deal?
Chimera Squad, we've been tipped off to an Illyrium stockpile.
We will see if the need arises.
Our source indicates Grey Phoenix operates the warehouse behind the front company. The surveillance of the building suggests minimal resistance. HQ recommends breaching with explosives on the westernmost wall.
Well, someone's not providing restraint when using explosives.
This is way bigger than an Illyrium stockpile.
not hear the end of this, will I?
You can thank me once this is over.
And there you go. That's generally the extent of the gameplay or game reveal trailer. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to pause it, but I couldn't help myself making that Valen comment after after breaching with explosives thing. Alright, so yeah. It seems like a lot more tight-knit of a game, not as much freedom as XCOM 2. Also, mutons without masks. I never thought I'd see that. I don't know how to perceive that. A muton without a mask. Like, what? Oh my god. Also, sectoids with pants. that too. Alright, and then I think the other alien-looking dude in the background was like an Advent hybrid soldier, like an Advent trooper. I'm pretty sure. That's what it was. That's what he looked like anyway. But, yeah, it's definitely interesting seeing how friendly Chimera Squad is, you know, interacting with each other. But, according to the details, and I like how it's XCOM 2 is the game, but according to this, it's 5 years after the events of XCOM 2. So 5 years after XCOM kicked the aliens and the elders off the planet. Right, so they had 5 years to kind of settle their differences and agree to some kind of peace. And I guess this group of soldiers and aliens ended up, you know, kicking it off, I guess, obviously, or else they wouldn't be in an active combat squad together, right? So, my guess on how this happened is, like, my theory here. Right, so yeah, let me get into my theory now after watching the trailer. My theory on how this connects to the XCOM story is that after the elders were kicked off of the planet and they retreated to wherever the hell they came from, they left their forces there. And with the elders gone, the, I guess, remnant forces that were there were no longer bending to their will, right? Because if you remember in the final mission of XCOM 2, Bradford comments about how the alien forces are crumbling, right? Dropping their weapons and turning on each other and just going insane. Right? And that's because the psionic network was taken down, and the Elders' sheer power was the only thing keeping the aliens together at that point. Alright, so with the Elders gone, forced to retreat, or just killed off, one or the other, their forces are no longer they are no longer owned by the Elders. They can act on their own free will. Alright, so after the dust settled, they did whatever they had to. They, you know, did their negotiations, whatever the hell they had to eventually come to a majority peace, right? It may not be that steady, right? But it's still peace, right? So now the remnant alien forces and humanity, as well as XCOM, it's not just XCOM, but humanity as a whole, can now start to coexist and rebuild, you know, focus on peacekeeping, you know, post-war stuff, right? Rebuilding and getting civilization back up on its feet, with the addition of these new aliens and hybrid soldiers. Right, I've always wondered how the skirmishers and the hybrid soldiers would really integrate back, much less the aliens, right? You know, the hybrid soldiers might have a little bit of an easier time because they resemble humans more than giant muton or a snake with tits, right? But yeah, they managed to figure it out. But there's a group, there would be a group of still hostile aliens and hybrids that, even with the Elder's influence gone, this group of renegade aliens are just so radically obsessed with the Elder's vision that they still want nothing more than humanity to burn, right? They want revenge on humanity for killing the Elders, and they want revenge on the remnant alien and hybrid soldiers because, they essentially betrayed the Elder's vision. Even with them not there, the Elder's vision and goal was drilled into their brains so much that they're just obsessed with it, and they still want to see it go through, right? They want to recapture the city centers and still make the Elder's vision a reality. And that's where this rogue group of terrorists come from. Right, and then they saw that, a lyrium stockpile that was quote-unquote way more than a lyrium stockpile. My theory is, now this is where my imagination kicks in, and that this discovery of a alien cache of equipment is going to snowball and lead to, it's going to snowball and trigger a chain reaction of discoveries and events that may reveal that the Elders weren't actually killed, they were just kicked off the planet. They were forced to retreat. And maybe, now remember, this is my theory, maybe the Elders use the battle for Earth as a distraction, and the other, and another group of Elders and aliens and stuff ended up terraforming and colonizing the rest of the galaxy, right? And then this one little discovery of an Advent cache leads to bigger and bigger discoveries and missions that would eventually lead into the events of XCOM 3, where the Elders have colonized, terraformed, and captured the rest of the solar system, and now all of a sudden we have a galaxy-wide conflict on our hands, and XCOM has to take the Avenger, upgrade the Avenger allow it for spaceborne travel, right? And then all of a sudden we have a galaxy-wide conflict with space battles and invading the other planets, and maybe even sea battles, underneath the oceans or something, right? Where the Avenger takes a squad and a bunch of equipment over to another planet. We invade the planet. We build an XCOM HQ on that planet. And then from there, we, go forth capturing the rest of the planet or something, right? And assuming that XCOM 3 is the end of the series, one of those planets is hiding a gateway or a portal to the Elder's actual homeworld, not just a subterranean base they built on Earth where we fought the three Elders at. Because if you remember in the final mission, when we go to attack and destroy the three Elders in the final room, Tigan goes such an immense facility submerged beneath our oceans. Right, so we were still on Earth, and it wasn't the Elder's homeworld. But the portal found on one of the other planets of the solar system after we, kicked the rest of them off the planet. Right, it's the actual Elder's homeworld, and in order to completely stop the Elder's invasion of our solar system, we burn the Elder's homeworld to the ground, which releases their control on the other species, like the mutons and the sectoids and the vipers and the faceless. Right. And they break free of the Elder's control after we permanently kill them. And there you go, that's the end of the series. if XCOM 3 is the actual end of the series, right? We have no idea if it actually is. Right, but that's just my theory, right? XCOM Enemy Within, Enemy Unknown, turns Enemy Within, goes to XCOM 2. Chimera Squad is a little, like, story bridge that leads to XCOM 3. We have this big galaxy-wide conflict. And then we go to the Elders' homeworld and we, like, kill, like, permanently, legitimately kill off the Elders. And then we break the other subordinate alien species out of their control. And the Elder threat is permanently dealt with. And then the other aliens can go off to their corresponding homeworlds and do whatever the fuck they want. Alright, now, my personal view on XCOM 3 can be a whole other game in itself, right? Because I got game mechanics, I got story, I got, you know, all the little details of my vision for XCOM 3 have already been made. And that could be a whole separate video, right? Like, maybe after I finish Chimera Squad on April 24th, after I beat the game, I can make a final thoughts on video, and then my vision for XCOM 3 attached to it, if you guys are interested in that. Because I built a whole, like, theory and I pretty much designed my own game on how XCOM 3 could, on how XCOM could finish the series. But I essentially designed my own game for it. I just can't do anything with it because A, I don't own the rights to XCOM, and B, I'm not a fucking game developer or a modder, right? Hence my mod concept playlist. But anyway, with that out of the way, and I'll probably save that to the final thoughts on Chimera Squad video once it comes out and once I play it and once I finish it. Right, we're now going to look at the gameplay overview video. Alright, now I have not watched this yet, so it is going to be more like a live reaction. I'll be pausing throughout it to see, you know, I see my personal reactions to it. Alright, so without further delay, I'm going to stop yapping and we're going to start watching. Oh, Jesus, hello, that was loud. Fuck. I see maskless mutant, that's so weird.
XCOM Chimera Squad is a brand new turn-based tactics game in the acclaimed XCOM series. In XCOM 2, players led the resistance against the alien rulers of Earth and their puppet government. 5 years
More button.
later, Earth is liberated, and humans and aliens must forge an uneasy peace. Welcome to City 31, where former combatants live side by side, with unity hanging in the balance. This game follows Chimera Squad, an elite team of human
Man, look at
and
those
alien
sectoid
agents
legs.
chosen for their abilities
Wow.
and dedication. Sent to help secure City 31, Chimera Squad's success will keep the city safe, but their failure will mean renewed violence. At the heart of the game are
Okay, so yeah, it looks like this game is going to take place throughout this single city. Right, which is why it's more of a bridge game and not like a separate game, right? It's a separate game, but it's like a separate standalone expansion that's going to act as the bridge between XCOM 2 and XCOM 3.
Chimera Squad's tactical operations, where the agents respond to combat in the city. Each of these battles are divided into encounters. Breach mode is a key new feature to combat. This phase begins each encounter and allows you to choose Chimera Squad's entry points and agent turn order. Burst in, get the drop on enemies, and unleash devastating special abilities. The tactical choices you make during a breach can set the tone for the entire encounter. Will you head to cover or engage with targets? Will agents operate solo or work together?
Oh my god. I never thought I'd see a sectoid in pants fucking roundhouse kick a Codex. Can we see that again, but in slow motion? Hang on, I want to see.
Or engage.
I want to see the roundhouse kick in slow motion. Hang on. Hang on! Where's the playback speed?
The targets. Will agents operate solo or work together?
A fucking drop kick. Well, it's not a drop kick, but the roundhouse kick of the fucking. Oh my god, that poor Codex being fucking smacked in the face by a sectoid. Oh, is that a sectoid or is that just like a Advent Trooper dude? I think that's more like an Advent Trooper dude, but still, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I could play that on loop. And then just laugh for hours at this. Oh my god, fucking Jesus Christ.
Do you concentrate fire on the most threatening enemy, or do you try to take down multiple weaker targets first? Either way, don't expect to clear an entire
Oh, that looks
room.
familiar, don't it? Okay, that looks familiar.
Some encounters have multiple breach points to choose from, each with distinct advantages and disadvantages. Some breach points are only accessible by specific agent abilities or equipment.
Snake! Alright, so that was the first, I guess, phase of combat. Breach mode. Not sure how I feels about it. Alright, this is supposed to be a separate experience from normal XCOM gameplay. So when XCOM 3 does come out, I don't think I'd really miss breach mode, but you know, don't knock it till you try it. You know, this is the initial first impressions video, right? So I shouldn't like completely like punch it in the face for just existing without actually trying it first. We'll see how it all plays out on the 27th when this actually comes out. But yeah, I'm not sure about breach mode. I'm getting kind of This Is the Police 2 vibes when I tried playing that game a while ago. And This Is the Police 2 ended horribly for me, so that's, you know, PTSD flashbacks. But again, you know, don't know how well it'll work in an XCOM environment, so, you know, don't knock it till you try it, but I'm just a little bit skeptical.
All units' turns are interleaved, which means that Chimera Squad agents and enemies alternate turns in a single timeline. Turn order is an important aspect of your tactical plan. Knowing which enemy and agent will act
That ain't no Python, that's a Viper. Get your facts straight, Chimera Squad.
next will be crucial in dealing with threats. This
Alright, I just want to comment on this little intermingling turn order here. Like, this isn't my first time seeing this kind of turn order, though. I have seen this kind of turn order before in Battletech. But Battletech also acts a little bit differently because Battletech also has initiative phases. So like light mechs in phase 1, medium mechs in phase 2, heavy mechs in phase 3. Right. And it's like one of your light mechs move, one of the enemy light mechs move, one of your medium mechs move, one of the enemy medium mechs move, right? But Battletech is kind of more in tune with that kind of thing because it doesn't have things like cover or flanking or special abilities or anything like that. Alright, I'm not sure how that kind of system will work in an XCOM-y kind of situation. Again, don't knock it till you try it, but I don't know, maybe. Again, this is going to be its own separate like experience from the normal XCOM gameplay. So this could all just be experimental and not be in XCOM 3 at all. This could be experimental for a spin-off series that'll, you know, appear later on down the line after XCOM 3. Who knows? Right? Don't knock it till you try it, but again, just like the breach mode, I'm skeptical. Very skeptical.
timeline presents new opportunities. Some
That's a
agents
weird-looking
and
purifier,
enemies
though.
change
So-
units' places in the timeline. Chimera Squad has
He did the thing. He did the thing. He did the taunt.
Chimera Squad
He did the taunt. He did the taunt. Hang on.
enemies.
Hang on. Right. Also, that's a biotic animation too, by the way. I guess they took ideas from modders. Right.
Change
He
unit
does that,
places in the
and then he does a little
timeline.
gesture, right? He does that like advent little taunt whenever they take damage. They like do that. I don't know what it's called. That like snarl at them or something. They do like a little snarl and a little like aggressive stance towards them. I always thought that was a cool little detail in the Advent Troopers. Right, but nice to see that still there. All right, I like my little, I like the taunts. You know, those little details, man. They're satisfying to me. Also, is that a fucking baby viper with a lollipop? Okay, this is a weird setting right now. You know, purifiers that don't look like purifiers and snakes with lollipops. Okay, game.
Chimera Squad has an ability called Team Up. Once per mission, you can choose a member of your squad to jump right to the top.
Okay, so it's just command from Long War 2. I mean, that's the same thing as what teamwork was, too. Still, they're stealing mod
This
ideas.
can allow you to get an agent to safety or to get the drop on an enemy. Agents who take a beating and lose all their hit points start bleeding out. Another agent must then stabilize their ally. Stabilized agents remain unconscious for the rest of the battle.
Is there a revival protocol, though? Is there a revival protocol, though? Also, that codex didn't split. The codex not split anymore?
If an agent bleeds out entirely, the mission fails and must be restarted.
What? Oh. If a friendly unit dies, you can't keep going with the mission. What the hell is the point then? If a unit gets shot, you might as well reload. I saw a lot of people talking about this on Twitter as well, like before this, right? Because apparently people watched the gameplay video before, right? About this, right? I did not want to believe it was true, but apparently it's true. Why? First you make us take intertwining turns, and then you throw this in our face. This seems like a bad combo. Alright, like, I know I've been saying don't knock it till you try it, but this combined with the whole, like, intertwining turns thing, this seems like a bad combo. I'm gonna say that right now. Right, hopefully this is not a thing that happens in XCOM 3. Right, this is a spin-off. Right, you know, this is a spin-off of a single squad. Right, this isn't XCOM as a whole, you know, spitting out multiple mix-match squads, right? So again, you know, I'm hoping that not all of these mechanics are applied in XCOM 2. Like, if we keep the intertwining turns thing, like this crap up here, if we keep this crap in XCOM 3, I guess I could get used to it after a while. I just have to live with it. I mean, I'd have no choice at that point unless modders can change it to just one, like, XCOM turn, alien turn, unless modders can make it back to what it was. Right, but this, if this is an XCOM 3, and XCOM 3 is as widespread and big and immersive as my vision for it is, then even if it's not exactly what I envisioned for it, if it's anywhere close to what I envisioned for it, then having this as a feature seems not great, right? You know, because it took me forever to get used to having soldiers die in XCOM 2. During my first, like, 1 or 2 playthroughs of XCOM 2, if one of my soldiers would die, I'd save scum, right? During my XCOM 2 first look and my, like, casual playthroughs, I would save scum after losing soldiers. I'm not gonna, you know, lie. It's only until after I started playing War of the Chosen is when I really started getting used to having my soldiers die. Right? So yeah, I definitely have my doubts about this mechanic, but hopefully this is all, like, if this is all just condensed into one game, and like this is Mark, who has the lead developer for this game, if this is just him experimenting for his own spin-off XCOM series, then fine, right, you know? But yeah, if any of these features would be brought to XCOM 3, this is, I hope, is not one of them. But let's move on.
Keeping your agents healthy and in the field is critical, as agent abilities synergize with each other in different ways. Each agent has a unique set of skills that they can bring to the team. Some agents can destroy an enemy's cover to give the rest of the
Jesus Christ, that vision of a mutant screaming at me without a mask is just... Wow, that's gonna give me nightmares. Thanks, XCOM.
squad a better chance to hit. Other agents can forcibly move units, triggering
Hey, it's like that
allies'
Templar
forces,
ability.
pulling an allied
Oh my
force.
god, and then he just roundhouse kicks him too. Jesus Christ. These guys really like roundhouse kicking motherfuckers now. That I'm not opposed to. I don't know.
Some agents can even shield a teammate.
Okay, so it's a shield
Equipment
bearer.
can provide additional abilities
Frag
to
out.
any agent.
No,
The
weapon
unique
disabled.
and varied skills of Chimera Squad will provide
Smack.
endless opportunities for tacticians.
+1 charge. What, focus? Focus? Oh, so that guy doesn't have a weapon. That guy's just straight up, just fucking fisticuffs. Did he murder those two mutants? Well, it can't be a XCOM soldier, because if XCOM soldiers die, all hell breaks loose, apparently. Ooh, strategic options.
Every mission begins and ends at HQ, your hub for all operations. New missions and their potential rewards can be viewed in the city map. Chimera Squad can embark
Okay,
on some
pretty-
missions immediately.
Pretty normal geoscapey stuff.
Investigations can speed progress towards critical missions.
Okay, so scanning
Some
times,
missions
scanning
may not
sites.
have the most tantalizing rewards, but need to be prioritized for other reasons, like lowering the level of unrest. Each district in the city has its own
Of course, it wouldn't be an XCOM game without a Doom timer.
unrest score. If any district score maxes out, the unrest of the entire city.
Okay, so it's
will
kind of like the
rise.
panic system of
If
Enemy
overall
Within.
city unrest reaches a critical level, Chimera Squad will fail their campaign, and the model city
Okay, so yeah, that's just normal Doom timer stuff. Right, and it's kind of like the panic system from Enemy Within. So that's nothing new, right? Doom timers and XCOM is nothing new.
of unification will be consumed in chaos and violence. Promote any agents who ranked up during their last encounter in the armory. Promotions give agents new abilities to use in the field. You can also adjust their equipment here. Stock up on your equipment at supply and the scavenger's market. Supply is always open for business.
Huh. Medkit. That looks more like a healing grenade than a medkit. Okay, carrying my jared brides of immunity to poison.
But lacks some of the more exotic goods the scavenger's market is known to offer.
Holy shit, a sec doing it in a mutant in jeans. Just a t-shirt and jeans. Band scope, a band of mutate into the baka hooga baga blue. Artificially simulates nervous ally to act rapidly under pressure. Actions immediately does not affect the target's cooldowns. And then those are just your typical weapon attachments.
However, the scavenger's market only opens occasionally and may not always be around when you need it. At the assembly, you can create items and upgrades for sale at the store. You'll need to research patterns before you can build them. If you
Okay,
want to
general
avoid
research
being
stuff,
down
that's
an
fine.
agent mid-mission, you can build androids to fill in for unconscious allies.
Well, it's not Wibbles, but I guess it'll do.
You can upgrade these androids and change their equipment, but they don't have special abilities.
It's not Wibbles, but okay, I'll live with it.
If an agent is critically wounded, they may develop a scar, which will lower a key stat. Assigning an agent to training will repair the scar, if you can afford to have the
Repair
agent
the scar? Don't you mean heal?
Training can give an uninjured agent improved stats or even new abilities. Spec Ops can be used to send a single agent out to gain resources.
Okay,
or
enemy
other
within
strategic
covert
goals, like lowering
actions.
the level of unrest in various districts
Minus
up to
Exalt.
31. Chimera Squad must prevent anarchy at all costs. City 31 is the first step toward a unified future. A lot is riding on the shoulders of Chimera Squad. A lot is riding on you.
And that's genuinely the gameplay overview for Chimera Squad. Alright, so overall, a lot of elements that are cool, a lot of elements that are not as cool, and some elements that are just like, you know, if they end up existing long term, and by long term I mean XCOM 3, I'll live with it, but not exactly the most wanted. And I suppose that, you know, I keep on reminding myself of this, that XCOM Chimera Squad is a separate entity, essentially, right? It ties in to the story of XCOM, XCOM 2, right? It's 5 years after XCOM 2, right? So it still fills that story gap between 2 and supposedly 3, but it's still a separate entity with its own mechanics, right? They may be experimental mechanics for XCOM 3, they may be experimental mechanics for its own separate spin-off series. Either way, we'll see how they do. Not gonna knock them fully if I try it. I mean, this is still a reaction video, and I'm just saying my initial reactions, and my initial reactions for the breaching and the mission failure on soldier death is not great. That's how first impressions work. Some are good, some are bad. You know, we won't figure out the true opinion until we play the game, which we will. I already have it pre-ordered. This was definitely a day one buy for sure, especially so cheap too. Like, it's $20 normally, but it's on sale. It's almost like 50% off. It's only like $10, at least Canadian. Other countries may have different prices, but still. Either way, I'm excited to see how all of this turns out. And after I play Chimera Squad, I might go on a little rant about my vision for XCOM 3. But yeah, that can definitely be its own separate video entirely. But anyway, I'm going to call it here for the day. I am going to go stream for a bit now. So, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.